My best friend is about to propose, but his girlfriend just told me she's thinking of breaking up. What do I do? Hey everyone. This will be a long post, but I really need advice because I don't know what to do. I, F28, have a best friend, let's call him Benny, M30. He recently told me that he is planning to propose to his girlfriend, Annie, F27, who is also a good friend of mine. They have been together for 3 years, but they have had problems for quite some time. They do not see each other often, they rarely go on dates, and they have not been intimate in over a year. Neither of them is good at confrontation, and I strongly suspect they do not communicate enough about their issues. I have always been there for both of them and have done my best to help, but there is only so much I can do. A couple of months ago, Annie suddenly decided to move to another city. She did not discuss it with Benny beforehand, she simply told him she was doing it. She said he could move with her, but she was going regardless. Despite all their issues, she has always claimed she wanted to marry him and even gave him her ring size. She spoke to me multiple times about how much she wanted him to propose, and up until last month, she continued to say that. However, a few days ago, I met up with Annie, and she told me she was considering breaking up with Benny because she is no longer sure he is the one. She said she still loves him deeply but no longer feels excited about the relationship. She has not made a final decision yet, but even having these doubts feels significant. I advised her to have an honest conversation with him and to actually discuss their problems, because that is the only way things could possibly improve. Fast forward to today, Benny called me, incredibly excited, and told me he was about to propose. He asked me to help him choose the ring. Normally, I would have been thrilled, but knowing what Annie had just told me, my heart completely sank. I congratulated him and told him I would help, but inside I felt torn apart. I cannot tell Benny what Annie told me, but I also cannot stand by and watch him walk straight into potential heartbreak. There is a chance she will say yes, but I am not convinced she will, and I know how deeply it would hurt him if she said no. Benny has struggled with depression for years and has had serious thoughts about ending his life in the past. His last breakup nearly pushed him over the edge. I'm terrified that if Annie rejects him, there may not be a way back for him. He has already gone through so much this past year. He lost his father, and his mother is very sick. I am afraid that a rejected proposal could be the final straw. I'm supposed to meet him soon to pick out the ring, but I do not know if I can do it while knowing how uncertain Annie is. I do not want to be in the middle of this, but I already am. If I tell him, I may lose Annie's friendship. If I do not tell him, I am terrified that he might lose himself. I do not know what to do, and I do not have anyone else to talk to because most of my friends know both of them. I told my boyfriend, and he strongly dislikes the way Annie treats Benny, which I agree with to some extent, but he also could not give me clear advice. Should I tell Benny what Annie told me, or should I act like I do not know anything? What would you do if you were in my place? I know I am not responsible for other people's relationships, but I cannot bear the thought of watching my best friend get hurt while knowing what I know. Please help me. Final update. Hey everyone. After many conversations with both parties, I wanted to share an update. I met with Benny, and he seemed very unsure about everything. He talked a lot about the ongoing drama in their relationship, and it felt like he was considering proposing mainly so he could say he had done everything possible before giving up. A few weeks later, he called me to tell me that he was no longer planning to buy Annie a ring. It turns out that Annie has a very serious debt problem and has been consistently lying about it. She owns an apartment, works full-time, and her parents help cover some of her bills, yet she has somehow accumulated tens of thousands of dollars in debt. She does not use drugs and does not spend money on expensive clothes, so the source of the debt is unclear. The situation has escalated to the point where the bank has sent notices stating they may begin seizing her assets, but she brushes it off and acts as though nothing is happening. Benny also shared that Annie has lied to her parents about major aspects of her life, including her education, her job, and even the ownership of her cat. She told them the cat was originally mine. This ongoing pattern of dishonesty has pushed him away, and as a result, he has decided not to propose. He is now seriously considering ending the relationship due to the constant lying and the lack of intimacy. He loves her deeply and does not want to break up, but even he recognizes that this kind of relationship is not sustainable. Benny is extremely depressed and heartbroken. I do not know the best way to help him, but my boyfriend and I will support him in any way he needs. At the same time, I am very concerned about Annie. The extent of the lying and the debt makes me worry that something deeper is going on. As her friend, it is painful to watch her risk losing her home due to financial issues. Her parents likely have the means to help her, but I am unsure whether reaching out to them would be appropriate. I have also considered some kind of intervention involving Benny and me, but Annie avoids problems and strongly dislikes confrontation, so I do not know how effective that would be. I plan to talk to Benny again in the next few days and suggest the intervention idea. I truly hope my next update is a positive one.